Dropped him. Yeah. Right there, baby. All right, we spotted 2 deer. They're looking right at you. That looks like a doe.
How far?
I had 639. Yeah, that looks like a doe to me, but
Doe.
Dude, fire whenever you want. One's running to the right. There's a whole bunch more coming out. They're running to the right. All of them running to the right. 3 of them. Now they're coming across the upper park. See them bouncing across?
Yep.
Doggone it, I jumped again. That was a long shot.
Well, Josh spotted some deer. They were about 630 so yards away, and I couldn't see them at first. I was looking at the clearing too far, and then he pointed them out and I saw them. And so I just adjusted my swagger bipod where I could do a sitting shot. Had my elbows on my knees and dialed in my scope to 630 yards. And I was on her chest and had a nice slow squeeze on the trigger. Seemed like a pretty good shot to me. I mean, that's really far for a deer, but we reviewed the footage and we're still unsure. She seems like she ran a little slower than the others, so we're going to move down the hill and kind of pitch half of our gear and get set up, glass a little bit longer, give her some time to die if she did get hit, and then we're going to hike up there in the snow and see if we see any blood where she was standing. But that's some pretty good action for the first 15 minutes of actual hunting time.
So this is where Dale was sitting, and the deer were right up in that chute right there. I have almost got the deer on this ridge last year. Similar scenario. So we'll go relocate, do some more glassing, and then go check it out here in a little while.
What was that like from your point of view?
Well, we came in, usually stop right on top of this ridge and take a look at this. One of our favorite ridges to make sure to see if there's any animals on it. Sometimes they're there at first light, sometimes they come out 15-20 minutes later. So we stopped up there and looked for a while, didn't see anything. I'd looked right where we ended up seeing these deer, so they were in the trees when we first made the top of the hill. We were cutting our way across, getting to where our favorite glassing spot is, and I looked up and noticed there was a couple deer in this clearing. Threw up the binoculars and they were staring right at us. So we would have talked about maybe we could get closer for a closer shot. I'm thinking they were pretty nervous, so I think we took the shot that we were going to get. So it's a lot of fun. I love this ridge. This ridge seems to almost always have some deer action on it. So we'll go sit up, relocate, glass for a little while, and go over there and check it out and see if Dale had any luck with it or not.
Well, guys, we moved down here. It turns out it's only another 80 yards closer. So still would have been a really far shot. So I think we did choose wisely to shoot from where we were at because she was broadside. She was just chewing on some grub. and not moving when I took my shot. So, but like I said before, we're going to let her, if I did hit her, we're going to let her have some time. Because in the footage, she did run a little ways. But we lose her after about 25, 30 yards of running into some trees, and we're not sure if she ever came out of those trees or not. So we're going to let her expire if she's up there. And then we'll glass in the meantime, try to find one for Josh. And then we'll go find the tracks and see if there's any blood or not. Most importantly, we're going to have some coffee and relax. She was right around that area. It's pretty steep.
It's very steep. Well, we made our way back down to the bottom. We took the shortcut, which is steeper than heck. And they're down the bottom now. We're going to start heading our way back up.
I'm standing where the deer was, looking back across where we shot from. I'm guessing we were in this clearing. And I'm thinking we were by those two pine trees. Not positive, but those are 645. Depending on which tree you get, 640 to 670. I need back range. I put my dial at 630, so maybe I was a little bit low. Fun time. No blood. Clean miss. Well, we moved to our new glassing spot. You can see forever. Yeah, Josh all set up. Clearing over there, where I took my shot this morning. We're about 600 or 700 yards from everything. There's some closer ones though. 400 and 500 there.
We got some deer on the phone scope. And they are right up there. Boy, they're hard to get. Right there. Boy, can't even zoom in. That's them. Right there. Give you an idea of how far away it is that we picked up on the scope. Phone scopes are awesome. I think that's private, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's private. So guys, I switched cameras. This is the ravine they were at. Let me zoom you back out so you can see how far away they are. Way up there somewhere. That far up there is not huntable actually. Oh guys, we're having some good action here. Josh spotted up a herd of deer. Probably around, I don't know, 2,000 yards. Something like that. And something spooked them and they're heading this direction. So we're frantically glassing, seeing if we can pick them up again. Still no sign of the deer. The light's definitely changing, the temperature is dropping. See them on the phone scope there. Oh, we thought we might have been the only hunters up here. Except there's that guy. Well, we're about froze out of this spot. We still have seen nothing except for a couple hikers and that one hunter. So there's a couple trails that kind of run through some of these valleys. So we're just going to kind of move around real slowly, get the blood flowing again, and find a good spot to glass again.
Coming right at us, coming right at us. that was close.
It's pretty cool.
Dang, I thought that thing was going to run over the top of us there for a second.
What?
I thought that moose was going to run over the top of us there for a second.
Or something.
I caught a little bit of movement out of the corner of my eye, and then she just ran right up on top of us. Too bad we don't have a cow moose tag today.
Yeah. Alright guys, we walked all the way up here, almost to the edge of the public land, to some rock cliffs we glassed last weekend that are above where we saw the deer. However, when we got up here, these rock cliffs are right along the fence line, and so those deer were definitely safe where we saw all the deer last weekend. So we're just figuring out where we're gonna set up and glass for a little bit. There's plenty of other knobs over here on public land. Well, it's lunchtime. I think we made it to our highest point we're going to make it up, which is pretty darn high actually. Give you guys a look. We found the most epic glassing spot. Check it out.
Alright, it's January 24th. Up here at it again, in the dark, going in. Snowed last night. Sky's clear. It's about 6 degrees, pretty cold. Hoping to have the deer up on their feet. So we'll hike in, see what we can see. Hopefully we can spot up a deer. We made it up to our glassing spot. It's a little foggy this morning. So we'll see if anything pops out on this ridge. My favorite ridge seems to be deer. Right in here a lot. Sit back and enjoy a nice morning in the mountains. Top of the hill's all fogged in. Can't even see the top half. It's for a challenging hunt this morning. Well, the fog finally lifted and the sun came out. I've been watching this ridge for a few hours now. Can't pick up any deer, nothing's moving. Really nice, peaceful, quiet morning. No wind today. It would have been perfect for shooting long distance, but in the past, usually I see deer on that ridge within the first hour of shooting light. For about the first 30 or 40 minutes of shooting light this morning, top of the ridge was completely fogged in, so entirely possible there's deer moving around on that ridge and I just couldn't see them through the fog. So next weekend is the last weekend of this season, so we'll probably come back out and try it again, but Today is the AFC and NFC football championships, and I got some elk meat marinating back at the house. So I think I'll probably pack it up for the morning, head back home, and try it again next weekend. January 29th, we're at it again. Last weekend, trying to get a mule deer. Full moon, so it'll be a nice bright hike in. We'll see what we can find. Just made it over the top of the ridge. Work my way over to my favorite glassing spot. Check the ridge so far, nothing's popping out, but just barely legal shooting light. So sun's coming up. We'll go get in position. Right, we made it to our glassing spot. Good old favorite ridge. I'll take a look and see if anything comes out today. Nice and quiet and still and no wind. Perfect. One showed up. Hunter just shot a bunch of times on the ridge in front of me. He's shooting again. I don't know if he's just, sounds like he's being an idiot. There's no way he's shooting that many times at a deer. But we're ready just in case. Sounded like a handgun. Not sure why you would blast off your handgun if you're deer hunting. Love public land hunting some days. Well, it's 9 o'clock. I have an appointment down to Denver at 12:30. So I told myself 9 o'clock was my cutoff time. I don't think if I got something down, I could get it cut up and packed out. Back down to Denver in time for my appointment. So today's Friday. Tomorrow is supposed to be pretty windy. Winds in excess of 20 miles per hour, which makes long distance shooting really difficult. And that's about the only shots you get up here. So Sunday's got better weather, more like today. Dale's planning on joining me. That's the last day of season. So we'll give it one last go on Sunday. And this morning was nice and peaceful and calm, but I didn't glass anything up this morning. Nothing was moving. That full moon might have them out all night long, and they might be all bedded down. So we'll try again on the last day, see what we can do. Just spotted up a small little herd of elk way up on the top of this valley up here. Let's see if I can zoom in on them. There they are. This is a long ways away. Dale's been working to get some phone scope of them. Maybe you can tell what they are. I can't see any racks, but that's a long ways away to see a rack.
Here's the elk Josh spotted. About 2 miles away. Trying to get a little phone scope for you guys.
Doe and a fawn, 2 does and a fawn. Oh.
And they are way, way, way up top of that mountain. Heck of a spot, cousin.
Every once in a while, dude. Alright guys, so we got hunters starting to surround us. Spent the morning up here, saw 6 elk and 5 deer, and these 5 deer are pretty sure on public, just right on the fringe, but they're a good couple miles away. So we got a great glassing knob up on that hill that we can make our way to. We're a little afraid these other hunters will be heading that same direction, so when I get out in front of them, we've been sitting here, kind of froze out, so perfect timing to go get our blood pumping and get up there a little bit closer, and hopefully those deer stick around a little while.
Oh guys, we made it to our glassing spot. And those deer, they were up there. It's 950 yards from where we're at here. We're going to try to see if we can pick them back up on the glass. See if they haven't went the other direction. We're probably going to cruise on up to that next hill. They're 300 yards up there, then they'd be in range. Well guys, the deer came back out. We were just hoping they're going to graze this way, because right now they're about 300 yards on private land. And they're about 950 yards from us right now. Well, Josh is a genius. I just ran out of coffee. And he says, hey, no worries. Look what I brought. So, yeah, we're living large today. And the deer are still right up there.
Just chilling up there.
It's a rough life up here today on January 31st, Colorado.
Oh, 2 more just showed up down low.
Guys, this is what glassing in comfort looks like. Legs crossed, leaning back on a padded seat, sipping coffee, tripod, holding the binoculars, sunny wind-free day. Okay, these deer are coming back out. It's about 2:30. Same spot, a little bit to the left where they were up at the same hill. Still 950 yards away. We can shoot if they get another 300 yards closer. Something scared them. Well, ladies ladies and gentlemen, we found more deer. They're about 150 yards in a different spot on that same hill. They are a little closer, but not much. Still about 300 yards on private land. We were hoping they start grazing this way. Yeah, 940 yards.
There's 5 of them, so I think they're the same deer, dude.
Yeah, I think it's the same deer. Spent their whole day up on that mountain.
We're going the wrong direction right now. Dude, because that pass is right there. I'm over here. They're going to go feed down in that elk meadow, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the move, that's for sure.
Picked up those elk again, real close to where they were this morning. Now they're fighting. .75 yards. Pulls on the right. I don't think that's the same big bulls this morning. Maybe. Looks smaller. Yeah, it's like a pretty small bull. 3 or 4 pointer maybe. Feels like it's nowhere near September, buddy.